because that's my brother playing that. He's Malphite. Let me order these things here. Malphite against Karma? Yeah. Junglers are important. There we go. Alright, he's against Karma. He started Cloth 5. Not really the best start because Karma's auto attacks don't do a lot of... I'm not going to do direct again. Don't do a lot of damage. He's not going to be taking too much rest, and if he does, he has his shield passive, so would not have started Cloth Armor. Would have started a regen bead, a ward, and health pots. He's being really risky right here, just walking into the jungle by himself. They don't have wards, so he can't possibly know that they're all there. What he's thinking is we're going to get their bot lane, and he's just assuming that the enemy won't be grouped. Lucky for him that's the case. If it wasn't, he'd probably be dead. So that was an unnecessary risk, but turns out it's okay. He backs 155. He's going to be a little late to lane. He's actually going to be really late to lane. She's leashing. Might be alright. She's still going to get there before him though.
Something was left in the room, and now that it's gone, well of course we assume somebody else did something so bad they took everything somebody had.
Alright, they're in lane. Took some poke. Took a lot of poke, and he's gonna get first blooded. Or yeah. Alright. From now on, it's an uphill struggle. He's gonna have to pretty much AFK farm. The good news is, Malphite, even if he doesn't get a lot of farm, he scales really well into late game. Karma becomes useless. And also, first blood doesn't always mean it's hard. It makes your lane harder, but especially in lower elo, it doesn't mean anything in terms of the game. He is missing a lot of XP. It's literally the worst time he could have died. That just should not have happened. She's a Doran's ahead on him now. And she's got a ward. Alright. Can see what he's maxing first. Starting Q is good if you want to harass, but it's very mana demanding. E is good for farming and pushing a wave. W is also actually very good for farming and pushing a wave because it gives him damage across minions. Alright, he's got to respect her. He's so far behind that if you give her first blood, you can't just let her walk up to you. And you don't go back. He shouldn't have gone back there. She's obviously waiting for her cooldowns. So now he has to back. If she pushes hard, she doesn't even have to push hard. His lane's pushing, so she can just last hit, and he'll be missing a lot of minions. This lane's the same. He's already lost it. But like that, you see, it's really easy in silver. If you get the upper hand in silver, generally, if you don't know the matchup, you either get lucky and you win the first exchange, or you don't, and then you lose, and then you snowball off of that. In higher elo, or with two people who know the matchup, they know exactly what should happen for them to win, and what should happen for the enemy to win, and then in Malphite's case, Malphite would have played a lot more defensive, would be a little behind, but that's normal against an AP carry as a tank in lane. But he wouldn't be so far behind that it's basically unwinnable. His lane, that is. Okay, his jungler saw. Top's having problems. Right now what he wants to do is try and push the lane. He needs to not be getting hit by those. Alright, he didn't get hit. He wants to push it all the way to her tower, force her to farm under tower right now because his lane's already pushing. But the danger of that is, of course, is that she can just walk up and chunk him really hard. He also got boots. You don't want to get boots. Well, if you're going to use it to dodge her skill shots, then maybe it's alright. If you see that you're just missing the dodges on her skill shots, alright, that was a good bait. She's gonna probably live, but did he not Q her? Oh, he did Q. Or he Q'd a minion earlier, I didn't see. She's level 6, he's level 4. He's gotta back off now. I'm pretty sure, yeah, it actually doesn't matter, but usually if your opponent hits level 6 first, this Malphite's this Nautilus is wasting a lot of time standing on that ward. So I have this. Alright, let's see the elos. Silver 3, almost silver 2. Oh, almost missed it. Yeah. She sees the jungler leave and she just all-ins him. He lets it happen. Silver 1. Still silver 1. So you see the farm and the kills. It's basically over. He's got to AFK farm and wait to get his ult, and then maybe roam mid. That's what needs to happen. Because his own lane, he's not going to win anymore. Use his teleport, that's fine. It's not like he's going to use it to gank other lanes right now. He needs his ult before he can do that. He really needs to dodge those. He's gonna ward. He's pushing it where he should be. Oh. He's terribly last hitting. He should have gotten all those. That's free farm that you cannot miss, especially when you're this far behind. Yep. Now he's dead again. But, oh, he can still ult out of it. Oh. He should have ulted there instead of flashed. Ult has a lower cooldown. Assuming he selected it, because he did just turn level 6. Ari's gonna try and roam top. It's good. It's actually really good of their team. They're trying to put pressure top after seeing that top is having problems. Of course, I can't see the chat. He might be getting raged. Or they're switching. Doesn't really matter in terms of itemization since Karma's AP and Kassadin's AP. But Kassadin snowballing is very, very risky. So Ari says, I'll stop the Karma snowball, but now Kassadin can free roam. That's very dangerous. It's getting all in. Okay, he built a Doran's. Honestly, what I would have built? Well, when I play Malphite top, I always go tank, but if you're going the AP build, I would have built Chalice, get you the mana regen and MR, since both lanes are, you have a lot of AP damage, Karma and Kassadin, and you're against an AP lane, and it gives you the mana regen to harass with your Q constantly. He's maxing E, which means he wants to shove his lanes. It doesn't scale with, oh, it does scale a little bit, but your Q scales a lot more with AP, so I'd max your Q in general if you're going for harass. This Ari might die. She's got it. Okay. They both live. He's got everything off cooldown, so he's got to be very risky. Right now he doesn't know where the jungler is. He's trying to fight Cassidy straight up. It's not a good idea. Cassidy has blue buff and he's really far behind. He should not be trading. What he should be doing is trying to farm with his Qs. See, now he has to back out while Cassidy's roaming top. In a perfect situation, if you see your laner, you're laning against Cassidy, say he walks up like that, in the middle of your minions, you see that, then you gotta push your wave. He'll either come back for you, and then you have to make sure, it's kind of risky because if he comes back for you, you might die. But if he goes top, you want to get this wave all the way to his tower and make him miss XP. So if you wait a bit, and then you push it as hard as you can. Ideally you have wards, so you can put a ward here, and then you know if he comes back. Right now it's not a good idea to push because it's pushing anyways into you. You can basically endlessly last hit, in theory, if you last hit perfectly. But now it's pushing again, and if Cassidy comes back, you always have a choice whether you push it all the way to the tower and then make your enemy lose XP and gold to the tower, or make him lose XP and gold to the minions because the enemy lane has more minions. Here he chose to just push it to the tower. Yeah, I'll go on bot right now. His ult is up and his teleport. Malphite ult bot is an easy double kill in general, especially with Leona to lock him up. Shutting down Vayne, 3-0 Vayne is definitely a good idea. Of course, if Leona dies first, they ping him back, he goes anyways. They go on the Soraka, I'm not sure about that. We got a kill at least. Alright, it's good. Now they need to get out. They're diving it so bad. Cassidy and Karma are coming. They don't have any wards. This could, yeah. So, see, they forced that a little too hard, and now two of them died for one of them. Wait, what? I lied. It was still worth, but kind of risky. All the pressure pulled bot though does give Ahri time to push top, gives a little bit of map control. Once you do push down top tower, you want to rotate mid and try and shove this as quickly as possible. Because having two towers down, specifically top mid or mid bottom, you have that whole side of the map, whole top side of the map in your control. Alright, Ahri's very good solo queue just because you can snipe people like this. She's kind of going too deep. Yeah. She's staying too long. Yep. Now she has nothing up. She might have to flash. Yeah, she stayed too long. She got too greedy. Alright. Back to the top laner. 45 farm to farm is 100 if we're still making that the lineup. It's pushing mid. Sorry, my music is a little loud. Let's teleport bot. See, they chased too hard. They should have been happy with the kill they got. I'm not even sure they got a kill. Alright. Free dragon. Notice the gold. They're only 1k ahead, even though it's 10-5. As soon as I get dragon, it's going to be another K. That's why it's so important to actually do something after you get a kill. Alright, a lot of pressure mid. They should be backing out. It's 4v2 and they know they have 3 bot. What you should do is defend at your tower and then hope that 3v1 bot is doing some work. Karma goes deep. Now there's 4 mid, 1 to defend. Alright, this game is pretty much, it just snowballed really hard. I wasn't necessarily watching the other lanes too much, but top lane definitely lost the from first blood on. He's still only at 60 farm. He's had 3 assists. He's got no items. Alright. Red buff OP. I guess they are a tower up, but a dragon down. So that equals that. It's not over yet. It's only 3k. Again, he walks up all alone and he dies for it. Now they lose mid tower, and that is a lot of map control gone. Even though they have both side towers up, mid tower loses a lot of control over your buffs. Right now every buff can be contested. Karma's going top for Ari. There's also not a lot of wards on this map. Can I see? Purple. They have 1 ward right here. Yeah, and you see Ari was here. Karma could walk all the way without any sign. It's just getting bot. Oh. There's not much to say more about this game, really. It's just waiting for the blue team to group up and end this. Really, that's all it needs. They bring their 6-0-1 and their 6-1-2 Karma and Vayne together, and even their 4-1-3 Kassadin. Just together, they can kill everyone. He's still going way too far. This is basic game knowledge that I'm kind of surprised. They're 6k behind. 6.2. It's a lot. Not sure if I would have engaged that. Engaging is just very dangerous at this point, but it works out, I think. Never mind. They're just too fed. Vayne goes deep, because she can. She tanked the turret too long there. Oh well, she gets the ace. And now, that is not what you want to do. Or that. You don't want to back out after you ace them. What you do is you press tab. You see, you have 20 seconds. You could have gotten this tower. Or dragon. Dragon's a good ping as well. Kassadin and Soraka don't exactly have the best dragon damage. Vayne could have easily. They could have taken both the tower and dragon. And that's why games in lower elo usually take longer than they should. Like pro games, they take what, 30 minutes? Well, the really pro games, if you're playing against a team whose strategy it is to make it to late game, they last long. But on average, a game half an hour should be over. Because you can take advantages and snowball off those, get more advantages. For example, you take an ace and you get objectives. Groups just aren't coordinated in Silver Elo apparently not coordinated enough to do that. They're trying a little too hard for this tower, I think. Yeah. Oh, they get it. Oh, see that once you get an objective, they really don't want to be fighting right now. You get a kill. Alright. Okay, kill for a kill. 1 for 1 is worth it. See, they stay too long and go back in, and then they do that, and you get another ace probably. Nope. He survives at least. He's dead. Yeah. So Rocco wants to go save him. Alright, they're getting the tower. Second ace. Yeah, this game's pretty much over. 10k behind is pretty much over. They could have pushed this harder, I think. If you press tab, you see both their I guess both their carries are up now. Home guards could have screwed you. It's probably the safer thing, but when it's 27-11, you don't really have to be safe anymore. You can do whatever you want. Might be, nope, she backs out. Smart thing to do. Doing golems at this point in the game is not useful unless you're like 80 gold from a certain item and you're gonna back right after. But if you're just doing it to do him, like she's still jungling. You shouldn't be jungling right now. What you want is pressure on your lanes. She could be doing the same thing in bot lane and Vayne wouldn't have to be there. Vayne could be mid, pushing mid, and you're just forcing the enemy to react to where you're putting pressure on the map. while doing golems doesn't put any pressure on the map in terms of the enemy. The enemy doesn't notice that you're doing golems, and you get more gold in lane even. Oh, sorry, I almost missed that. Yep, that's what happens. Kassadin gets so fed, he can basically 80% to 0 anyone. 10-1 Kassadin. And Vayne. I've got to say, in general, if you have a Kassadin and a Vayne on your enemy team, it's going to be a hard game. I ban both champs. That and Aatrox. Ban Aatrox as well. Yeah. They basically have to let the tower go down. If they go in, they die. It's just they're so far behind they can't do anything anymore. Okay, they rotate bot. That's fine. Keep putting pressure. I feel like a Malphite. Oh, it's gonna come. They're fighting. They're so spread out that these guys can't help because Malphite ult was a little late, but it doesn't make a difference. You can't. It's if in a fair 5v, that was a 5v4, but even in a fair 5v5, they're gonna lose. Kassadin can chase forever. Oh, game's over.